In a world where transportation plays a vital role in connecting people and goods and also remains one of the key drivers of the economy, there is the need for innovative solutions to tackle energy challenges as it unfolds and find a lasting solution to it. The task of embracing new technologies and innovations to ensure a sustainable and suitable transportation system for the future is enormous. Therefore, all hands must be on deck to accomplish this all-important task. As our cities continue to grow and our reliance on transportation increases, the need for sustainable and energy-efficient solutions have never been more urgent, and that is why the Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, has continued to harness the power of innovation and technology in every aspect of governance. Some of the major initiatives of Governor Dapo Abiodun's administration is the introduction of compressed natural gas (CNG) buses that are expected to replace the current commercial buses. Also, the construction of an agro-cargo airport that is expected to serve as a hub for agricultural products and to boost exports from the state. Recently, Ogun State played host to the National Council on Transportation (NCT) for its 18th stakeholders meeting held at the June 12 Cultural Center, NTA Abeokuta, with the theme Embracing Innovations and Technologies for Sustainable Transportation, Tackling the Energy Challenges. The 4-day event had in attendance commissioners of transportation from the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, their permanent secretaries, and other stakeholders in the transport sector. Delivering a speech at the opening of the executive session, the Minister of Transportation, Senator Saidu Alkali, says the transportation sector significantly contributed to environmental pollution due to its heavy reliance on fossil fuels.
This meeting is convened to consider issues of significant importance to the transportation sector with a view to aligning the sector with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu CFR. This year's theme, Embracing Innovation and Technology for Sustainable Transportation, Tackling the Challenges, serve as a clarion call to embrace innovation, solution to mitigate the energy challenges faced by our nation, and address concerns surrounding safety, security, affordability, efficiency, and environmental issues in the transportation sector. The transportation sector significantly contributes to environmental pollution through its heavy reliance on fossil fuels. The outcome of our deliberation at this council must chart the way forward for government and all stakeholders to work harmoniously to deliver better, improved transportation system for the country.
He emphasized the need to adopt a multifaceted approach to accelerate the adoption of sustainable transportation solutions.
There is need to adopt a multifaceted approach to accelerate the adoption of a sustainable, environmental friendly and technology-driven transportation sector as follows. Modernizing the country's transportation system by pioneering industrialization with a focus on natural gas as a transition fuel alongside other renewable energy. Patronizing innovation technologies in the transportation sector by encouraging relevant initiatives. Consciously creating enabling environment to attract private sector investment. Investing in research and development, training and retraining of personnel, acquiring state-of-the-art technology by collaborating with relevant government agencies, the academia, and the industry experts, and setting up a nationwide campaign to educate and sensitize Nigerians on the use of new technologies.
The minister revealed the notable technological advancements and solutions the Federal Ministry of Transportation was set to achieve.
The Federal Ministry of Transportation, in pursuing some notable initiatives that will foster an environmentally and economically friendly transportation solution in Nigeria, which includes collaborating with the Presidential CNG Initiative Committee to set up a CNG conversion center in Abuja to mitigate the effect of petroleum subsidy withdrawal, promoting and adopting of electric and autonomous vehicles, advocating the integration of artificial intelligence for logistics and operations. The most recent of which is the development of National Land Transportation Policy that deals extensively on components such as attractive climate change. This policy draft has reached 85% of completion, and we are looking forward to inviting you all to brainstorm and finalize the draft policy for onward transmission to the Federal Executive Council.
In his remarks, the Ogun State Governor, represented by the Deputy Governor, Engineer Noimot Salakoedele, emphasized the relevance of the theme of the conference to the challenges being faced in the transport sector.
The theme of this 18th National Council meeting, Embracing Innovations and Technologies for Sustainable Transportation, Tackling the Energy Challenges, is clearly indicative that the sector is fully cognizant of current challenges, realities, and limitations, and ready to proffer sustainable solutions. Here in Ogun State, we pride ourselves on our ability to harness our intellectual capabilities to contribute to the advancement in various fields. The transportation sector plays a pivotal role in the sustainable growth and development of our nation, as well as Ogun State's economy. And in recognition of this, our administration at its inception took the giant stride to create a fully professionalized Ministry of Transportation. The ministry is charged with the efficient and effective utilization of available human and financial resources to provide improved, safe, reliable, accessible, and sustainable mobility options for citizens, visitors, and businesses.
He highlighted the notable technological advancements carried out by his administration.
The essence of this administration's Ishaya agenda is to create a sustainable socio-economic revolution, and we have deliberately embarked on strategic transportation infrastructure investment initiatives. This approach has improved our ease of doing business, attracting more investors, creating employment opportunities, and boosting the revenue potential of the state. A significant initiative of this government is the construction of the Gateway Agro-Cargo Airport, which will cater for both local and international air cargo and passenger traffic. These developments will, amongst other benefits, boost the export potential of the oil palm, rubber, and cashew plantations in the state, from our forest reserves, and also of aquaculture in the state. Considering Ogun State's strategic and geographically advantageous position, along with its current swift industrialization and viable business opportunities, our rail development plan will leverage and connect to infrastructure and services provided by the Nigeria Railway Corporation and our neighbor, Lagos State. We plan to extend the Lagos Red, Blue, and Purple Line metro rail services into Ogun State. In anticipation of the federal government's deregulation policy and total withdrawal of subsidies on petroleum products, our state in late 2022 proactively initiated the diesel to CNG conversion mechanism for public transport buses. This move made Ogun State the flagship of the diesel to CNG conversion program in the country.
Governor Abiodun disclosed his government's readiness to collaborate with public and private sectors to actualize a seamless multimodal transportation system.
Kindly permit me to reemphasize the significance of strategic collaboration in our project development and implementation drive. We look forward to collaborating with the National Council on Transportation, our neighboring states, development partners like the UK-Nigeria Infrastructure Advisory Facility, and multilateral institutions like the World Bank as we actualize our vision for seamless multimodal transportation in our state.
Speaking at the event, the Honorable Commissioner for Transportation in Ogun State, Engineer Gbenga Dairo, emphasized the influence of technology on transportation.
In the business of transportation, we have it almost as a duty and a responsibility to devote all the resources at our disposal to ensuring that we're able to provide safe, affordable, sustainable transportation to our citizens, everybody who lives in Ogun State, who works in Ogun State, who visits Ogun State, who comes to play in Ogun State. From time immemorial, technology has always improved the well-being of our people. Our forefathers walked on their 2 feet. And then at some point, the bicycle came into being, which was a technological leap at that time. And then people graduated towards the internal combustion engine vehicles that we're all accustomed to today, which has always been also another leap in technology. We're now in an era where we're talking about CNG fueled vehicles, where we're talking about electric vehicles, when we're looking at railway transportation, water-based marine transportation, and such like. So it's not unusual that technology has been inspiring and influencing growth and development in the transport sector. It's happening all over the world, and since we are part of the global community, we shouldn't be surprised that technology is also going to have an impact and play a role in transportation provision in our state in Ogun.
Delivering the vote of thanks, the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation, Mr. Oloruntola Michael Olufemi, had this to say.
It is my pleasure to express our collective thanks to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Ogun State, Prince Dapo Abiodun, CON, for accepting to host this council meeting. I am optimistic that the recommendations of this council will fast-track the developmental strides of our great nation.
Giant strides caught up with some of the participants at the event, and they had this to say.
We are in a jet age, and in transportation sector, we need new things. So this conference will enable all states to collaborate, to exchange ideas, to exchange views, and to exchange policy. So I can really say that this conference, for now, is good to go. It's going to have serious impacts. Like on rail line, formerly we are using this old rail line, but you can look at it now. We have the blue rail, which is new innovation in Nigerian transportation. So these new technologies, one, will improve the economy. It will save lives. Then it will save money. Let's say from here to Kano, if it is by rail, before you can spend days, but now within 8 hours, at least on rail, because we are having a rail that moves at a faster rate. So it saves time, it saves money, and it saves lives.
The traditional transport system is no longer sustainable, hence the need for innovation and technology. Bearing in mind that the cost of petrol and petroleum-related products is high, it tells on transportation. So thinking outside the box by innovation, CNG is a way to go. Electric means of transportation is a way for consideration. Our roads, as a means of transportation, road transportation, what do? There's a need to diversify because we're having heavy goods. When you construct road, if you don't have alternative means of transportation such as rail, it might impel or put heavy pressure on our roads. So we need to exploit the waterways. All these are areas that we need to look at. Thinking, innovation, technology. Yes, for environmental friendliness, fossils is no longer it. So we are thinking now CLG, which is economical, environmental friendly, electric vehicles, which are also add to cleanliness of our environment and achieve climate change. The impact on the economy is that it's going to throw up a new platform for jobs. When you think and then you deploy technology, people will get training in that direction. Job creation will be there. Efficiency and effectiveness in the transport sector will be enhanced, and it will be a lot easier for me to rove from Benue to Abeokuta and back to Benue one same day, a safe time of government and resources. So we are fine. The impact is huge on economy, and the impact is huge on the social well-being of our people in general.
It's timely, quite timely that we're greeted with the removal of fuel subsidy, and of course the major troubles Nigerians are confronted with today, transportation, which invariably affects prices of commodity, because transportation is so cardinal. This time around, embracing innovations and technology for sustainable transportation, we seek to have better ways of cheaper means of transportation across the Federation that will encourage access to markets. We need an openness to market, and of course embracing this technology. The essence of this is to have a positive impact on the generality of Nigerians, knowing how it feels to get a liter of fuel for almost 700 naira at the moment. At least with the innovations, you can be sure that we would have less cost of transportation, which will translate into a reduction in cost of goods and other services.
For us, transportation is a way of life. And to fuel transportation, you need energy, any and all forms of energy. And we are driving that already in Borno State. So we are here to collaborate with our peers, do peer reviews, and to be able to improve these systems when we go back.
This topic is apt. It's the best thing that has happened because we have a lot of issues in the transportation sector. We want to do things the old way. Unregulated things are happening around our road sector, our railway sector, so subsectors. And so that was why we needed, and everybody is leveraging on technology, particularly that and innovation. It will help us to be able to take care of the issues of the safety and insecurity that is plaguing our road corridors and is plaguing our rail corridors. So with this now, if we can deploy artificial intelligence and technology, and with other innovations that are coming up, we'll be able to respond to any prone areas that need immediate spontaneous response for rescue mission, to ensure sanity, to also help us even to safeguard even the issues of kidnapping. Notwithstanding all this, when the subsidy was somehow removed, the first major hit sector is the transportation sector. Why? Because transportation is primarily responsible for the movement of people, goods and services. And so all the issues of removal of subsidy has led to increased cost of transportation, increased high cost of movement of goods from one area to the other, high cost of services, and it has a ripple effect because transportation being an enabler of the economic growth and development of any nation, including Nigeria. That is why we have to leverage and saying, okay, conversion even our vehicles, public transportation system, and into CNG and into electric vehicles, so that we'll be able to be in tandem with global best practices. By the time this is done, we'll be able to create a proper enabling environment that what government cannot do, private sector can do it. We are trying to say that government cannot do it alone. We are here because we need you, and we needed to know where you want government to come in, and that's why we are throwing this open, and we have gone far. So at the end of this event, definitely some decisions and recommendations will be made, and these things will be forwarded even to the highest decision making body, even to Mr. President, and that will be at the end of the day. What is the ultimate purpose of a sustainable transportation system? Is to be able to bring the betterment, better life, better food, better movement of everything. I will always say that without transportation, you cannot do anything in this world. Movement of anything is transport. And so by the time it is done, remember COVID, people cannot move. We saw what it is. It's not pleasant for mankind. So this will bring the betterment for every person in the whole Nigeria and the world at large.
In order to operate a mega city, the way to go is sustainable transportation, and thinking forward is the way to go in all ramifications. So we speak to the space of also for carbon emission reduction. We need to also start thinking in that way, because that's the future. Technology has a way of making things work more efficiently, and if that is properly embraced, it will have a positive impact on our people. I mean, a lot of these things will be automated, and it will make life a lot easier. All the human error, human factor that we have that might be a challenge will be completely taken off. It's important for us in the space of advancement and also in the space of reducing carbon emission, like I always say, which is very critical at this point in time, because we all know what's going on in our environment and the importance of reducing carbon.
There is no way there can be drug trafficking without transportation. So movement of drugs involves one form of transportation or the other, either by air, by road, by water, and whatever means. So as far as the NDLEA is concerned, we are glad to be here, and we are also happy that our memo has been recommended to the council for implementation, because we also had the 17th meeting where it was adopted. So we believe that the fight against illicit drugs is a collective responsibility. No agency can do it alone, and that is why we are here. So we believe that there are various platforms for us to collaborate. For instance, there should be awareness and training. Those that are involved in transportation business must be aware of the need to safeguard their modes of transportation from being used by criminals who will want to come and use it for drug trafficking. And of course, that is the reason why we are coming to partner with them. They also believe that they should, just like the theme of the conference, we should deploy adequate technology, artificial intelligence, CCTV, surveillance cameras, and other, technological tools that will make drug detection easier. Then, of course, we also like to partner with the National Council on Transportation in respect of drug testing for maybe drivers, pilots, and other. And it has to be random check, because if you tell somebody that you'll be coming to test you for drugs, they could keep away from drugs. So when it is random, they will be on their guard always. So these are some of the areas we can partner.
This type of conference, it aids in capacity building. It broadens one's mind. You get opportunity to network and to do a lot of peer learning with your colleagues and with the other delegates and conferees. The council is doing its best to ensure that the general public begin to have a seamless public transportation. So we should have this and other things like this more often.
Governor Abiodun's visionary leadership in embracing innovations and technologies for sustainable transportation in Ogun State is not just transforming the way people move within the state, but also reshaping the future of mobility in Nigeria. By prioritizing smart solutions, sustainable modes of transportation, and cutting-edge technologies, the current administration is leading Ogun State towards a more connected, efficient, and environmentally friendly transportation system that will benefit generations to come. Ìgbéga ìpínlẹ̀ Ògùn, àjọṣe gbogbo wa ni.